Hey there guys, AndrewCraft here with another modding tutorial. We left off last time working on our tile entity uninsulated cable, which we finished that in our last tutorial. So we are going to continue on getting this cable done. And one thing to note, remember this cable has it drains one energy level, whatever your energy network is called, one energy level a tick. That's one thing to remember. Or 20 ticks, something like that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to go into our rendering and we need to go to item cable renderer. And then we have this if meta equals 0. Now that is for our first metadata. Now we are going to go to our secondary one. So let's do this really quick. So we want to make another if statement. We're going to go if meta is equals to 1. This is for our secondary cable. Alright, so we're going to go, just to make this a little bit easier, actually a lot of easier, we are just going to copy our rendering over, and there we go. And we need to pretty much take all of these out. Okay. And we need to go, let's grab this, texture location. We need to create a new texture location. And we will call this texture underscore uninsulated. There we go. And we are going to use for the PNG, we're going to use uninsulated cable. There we go, uninsulated cable .png, and you are going to need to make a texture in your textures.model.uninsulated.cable.png, as I made one prior to making this video. It's just another simple one. It's just a color. They're 32 by 32 because I've made all the textures 32 by 32 when it comes to modeling. Okay, so now we got that. So we got all these errors. So we need to bind, you know what? Because I'm lazy, just grab that. Texture name, texture uninsulated. And let me what have I forgot? You know what? I did actually forget something. I absolutely totally forgot about it. We're doing this item cable rendering, and we haven't even made the rendering class or the model for that cable. So that is another thing we are going to have to do really quick, which is probably going to take up most of the tutorial because it's a big thing. So let's just call it model uninsulated cable. So uninsulated cable. Let's just copy that. There we go. And we need to create this. And we need to put this in our modeling. And finish. There we go. Now question is, okay, there we go. Never mind what I was about to say. Alright, so this is going to be fun. extends model base. Okay. We're going to Control-Shift-O, import model base. And we are going to start off by doing public static, and then just copy this, and then instance, and equals new model instance insulated cable, and there we go. So now we made the instance of it. So now, just because I'm really lazy, I'll leave in a minute. We need to grab a few things. Model render middle. We need, you know what? I'm just gonna copy all of them. We don't need all of them. Okay, we don't need these closing. Don't need that, that. There we go. I think that's 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Okay. So that's just going to make our life slightly easier. And then we're going to go public. And then model uninsulated cable. Okay. And we are going to go texture width. Texture width equals 32. And another thing to take note, we are not technically using these two things we're about to type. I just do it just for a note to self. Texture heights when I'm doing the rendering. But I could make it where these are dynamic. Misspelled. Okay. But I'm kind of lazy. So let's do this. Okay. So we need to go middle equals new model renderer. I think is how it's spelled. And then this, comma space 0, comma space 0. There we go. So that's the first thing. After that, we're going to go, I'm just going to copy this because we're going to be using this a bunch. Middle dot add box, and then 0f, f, 0f, 0f, 2, 2, and 2. There we go. And then we're going to go middle dot set rotation points. I think if my math is correct, it's -1 f, and then 15 f, and -1 f. There we go. And then middle dot set texture size. See, this is when we could have went with the dynamic stuff, but I'm just going to put 32 by 32. But in theory, you could just put texture width and texture height into here as the two parameters, and it would work perfectly. But I just like it like this. I think it looks cleaner, but that's just me. So then we're gonna go middle.mirror because we need to mirror the face. So mirror equals true. And then we're going to do set rotation middle comma space 0f comma space 0f comma space 0f, and there we go. And let me guess, I should probably do that. So we need to actually make it so it knows how to do set the rotationing. So we need to private void set rotation, and we need to grab the model renderer, oops, and I want to call it model, comma space floats, x, comma space floats, y, comma space floats, z-axis. There we go. Okay. So we need to do model dot rotate angle x equals x, model dot rotate y equals y, model dot rotate z equals z, or z, xyz, whatever you want to call it. There we go. I knew I forgot something when I was doing this. Alright, so just to save the sake of time in this video, let's see how good we're doing on time. I'm going to just copy this, so I'll copy it again, and then grab west, 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 and west. And let me look at these numbers. Think. Alright, so this first two on add box should be 7. Add rotation points. -1. Maybe I should have just copied. You know what? You know what? I'm just going to write it out. It's a lot more confusing if you are just copying it and changing variables. So let me just make sure that add box is right. I think it's 000722. 000722. Alright, so west dot set rotation points. You know what, guys? I'm going to make your guys' lives a little bit easier. I am going to, in the description, I'm just going to give you this tiny part of the method. So give me 1 second to get all this for us. Alright. Okay. So now that I have all of it, now we are going to move on to we have to do all the rendering. So we will do public void render no middle. Let's just start with the middle. That will make it a little bit easier. And we are going to go middle dot render, and we are going to put 0.0625 float. There we go. So now we're just going to copy this method, because this one is really easy. Render middle, change middle to north. There we go. And north. And then after north, it's south. There we go. And then we're going east. You're probably seeing the pattern. It's pretty self-explanatory. And then west. There we go. Render west and west. There we go. And then we need to do render up. There we go. And up. Render down now. And oops, cancel. Down. And then that's it for this class. So let's just save. And then item cable render, now that it's actually going to model uninsulated cable. You might have to import it if you didn't do it like I did. So now the item cable render class is done. We don't need that open, and we do not need, yes, we do not need this open either. So let's see, what should we do next? Oh, I guess we can do that. Let's go to block and go to item block standard metadata. And we're gonna go if the meta is equals to 1, we want to go list dot add, whoops, not at all, list dot add, and we want to grab energy loss 1 plus energy dot tutorial dot get symbol plus /m. There we go. Okay, so that class is done. Let's see how good we're doing on time. 19 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Let me think. Oh, the only last thing we need to do that I can think of, at least of right now, is we need to go to proxy. There it is. Proxy. Go to client proxy. And we need to go client registry dot register tile entity, and we need to register tile entity uninsulated cable dot class, and we want to grab reference y reference dot alright, let's just copy that. Reference dot mod ID plus colon plus names dot cable and we actually need to do a plus. This is an uninsulated one, so uninsulated. And then the very last thing, we need to give the special render, which is tile entity cable render dot instance. And now I'll Control-Shift-O, import tile entity uninsulated cable. The client proxy is done. Let's see. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that's everything we need. Let me see. Alright, we're at 21 minutes. So let's test it. Alright. Game launches. Alright. Go to multiplayer. No, not multiplayer. Single player. We create the world. And just ignore that stuff. Alright, so here is our cable. See, we have tile cable 0 and then tile cable 1. So here's our new cable. Let's just see what this looks like. Coming out of, I don't know, creative 1. So we got this. We have our regular cables coming out. And then on this one, okay, the rendering's working, but we have no texture. So, my guess, I have a very good guess actually. Let's close it. Go into, you guys are probably not even having this issue. It's probably just me misspelling stuff again. Tile entity, wait no, it would be in render. Item, tile entity cable render. There we go, that's what it is. Oh wait. Alright, so let's see. 1 second, let me find it. Alright, here it is. I'm just gonna copy this, just if I misspelled it. And then there's actually one thing I did just notice, which there is a very good chance that is the reason why it's not working. So I think tile entity cable render. Yeah, I should probably. Alright, so we did the item, the item render. So pretty much, let's grab this resource location, go in here. So pretty much the only problem is I never did the rendering, or how it should render perfectly for the texture. So we need to do if the meta is equals to 1, Alright. Let's just copy same from up there to down here. We need to grab texture uninsulated, drop it there, and take out we don't need this. We don't need these cables and then this number. There we go. And we don't need model cable. We need the model uninsulated cable. So I'm just going to grab it. Copy that. So just going to paste this down here. Hit Control Shift O. And now I will start it up again. Okay, now we shouldn't have any problem with our cable, and we're running on about 26 minutes, so I'll probably stop at 30. Okay, so that's looks like alright, so we are having issues. Why? What did I forget? Oh. Well, here's one of the issues. And oh my god. See? And this is why I always mess up when I'm doing these tutorials. So this, copy, is supposed to be down there, and this, copy, is supposed to be up here. Okay, well that's first issue. The second issue is this should be a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, a 1, and a 1. Okay. Now we should be fine. So let's run this one more time, because we shouldn't have any issues now. Looks like we're going to stop like right at 30. Alright, so pretty much in the next episode, I think we'll start off by making an error logger, or pretty much any kind of logger, so you can use it as a it'll have a debug logger. It's going to be like an all-in-one logger to log stuff. And then after that, we are probably going to start doing maybe a solar panel, like somebody said in the comments that I should do. So we'll start to do a solar panel. Maybe start off with like a simple solar panel and then maybe make it have a GUI and everything. So let's do this. We'll go single player. Alright, so that is still a rendering issue. Okay, so we're gonna have to I'm gonna have to look into this rendering issue. And then I'll probably, when I put the stuff in for this cable rendering, I'll put the newer stuff in so you don't have to fix it. So we don't have to fix it in the next tutorial. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel to see more. I'm going to try to upload at least twice a week, maybe Tuesday, Thursday. I'll try. But again, thanks for watching. And on another note, just at the end of the video, The reason why we were having the rendering issue is right here, I put ModelCable.instance and it should have been ModelUninsulated If you do that, your rendering is perfectly fine. Thanks for watching.